I hope everybody having a beautiful day, a blessed day, a day filled with positivity, love, and light, as well as abundance, peace, and prosperity. You know, looking good, feeling good, all love in all ways, shapes, and forms. Anyways, I felt the need to, come and give y'all a little bit of a backstory as to how all of this began to transpire for me as I, started on my journey to healing. So after some time throughout my healing journey, in the beginning, I was sitting back thinking to myself, like, man, how can I go about making a difference in this world? How can I go about leaving a legacy? What is it that I could do on a personal level that can make somewhat of an impact, as well as show who I am in an authentic version, as well as, make a change or a difference within the world, to benefit my daughter. And as I was sitting back thinking one day, I just had a divinely inspired idea. Like, it just came to me out of nowhere, out the blue. And that's when, the acronym P.O.U.R came to me. Provide, offer, uplift, and rebuild. That's what my LLC is named. So from there, I didn't even really think about it, in all honesty. I just took it and ran with it, created me a LLC, began to gaining the knowledge that I needed, in order for me to be able to pass it on to other individuals. And as I progressed throughout my journey, how I lead my life is very unorthodox. I lead my life in a fashion that outsiders looking in would look at it, and be like, that don't really make sense. A lot of individuals tend to fear what it is that they don't necessarily understand. So I can't necessarily explain it to you outside of just saying that, hey, my life is led through spirit and the Most High. So I created the LLC. I started gaining the knowledge and, tools that I needed to, be able to educate myself, to be able to try and pass on this knowledge and help other individuals as well. And as I was about to get ready to create my platform on YouTube, I was really sitting back thinking to myself, like, man, is this really the right path for me? Is this something that I really want to do? Is this something that I truly want to embark upon? And I sat back and, I was meditating and I was praying to God, asking for a sign and all of the above. And throughout those prayers and that meditation and all of the above, what really gave me that confirmation that this is the path that, I need to travel down. This is what truly and honestly needs to be done. This is a must for me because it resonates with my heart and my soul, on a profound level. What gave me that confirmation that this is what I honestly needed to do, not only for myself and not only for my daughter, and the children that are getting ready to come up and inherit this earth at some point in time, as well as everyone else within this world. What truly gave me that confirmation that this is what I needed to do on a soul level was the fact that 2 weeks, matter of fact, it wasn't even 2 weeks, it was a week before I honestly created my platform on YouTube, I had some individuals reach out to me, and y'all know them individuals that I'm talking about, them individuals from those societies, that people tend to not speak on, the ones who attempt to impose fear, and the ones who attempt to try and maintain power and control simply for greed and their own agendas that, they have. And they reached out to me. At that point in time, I viewed myself as a nobody. I haven't even started nothing. All I had was the idea, created the LLC, but was in the process of about to make the platform. But by them reaching out to me and the attempts to try and get me to join their brotherhood, that was all the confirmation that I needed, that this is what must be done. This is what is required of me. And not only did they reach out once, they reached out a couple times in the attempts to try and get me to join their brotherhood, offering me money, fortune, fame, all of the above. And me being the individual I am, I can't be bought in no way, shape, or form. You can't dangle a carrot in front of my face in the attempts to try and get me to sell myself in no way, shape, or form. I've always been a hard worker. Everything it is that I've ever had throughout my entire life, I have worked hard for it. So I don't mind, working my ass off, putting in that blood, sweat, tears, and energy, to get whatever it is that I want in life. I don't mind doing that, because that's just how I was created. That's just the type of person that I am and always have been. But like I said, they reached out a couple of times and I let them talk. I let them attempt to try and sell me whatever dream it was that they wanted to try and sell me. Simply just to hear them out, see what they had to say, see what it was that they was willing to offer me. I didn't buy into it in no way, shape, or form, because I know what comes with, crossing over to that other side, And like I said, at that point in time, I hadn't really even started anything, simply because it was just a divinely inspired idea. But by them reaching out to me before even getting started to do anything, like I said, my train of thought at that point in time was, I'm a nobody. So why are y'all reaching out to me in the attempts to try and get me to join y'all, and I haven't done anything in no way, shape, or form just yet? But that was all the confirmation that I needed as a powerful human being, that I am on the right path. This is what I have to do. This must be done, because obviously they know something that I don't know at that point in time. And what I come to realize and understand is the fact that I truly am a powerful individual. I'm truly a powerful being. My voice, the way that I speak, the things that I can do and manifest into fruition, these individuals know the power that I possess within myself. Hence the reason as to why they reached out to me in the attempts to try and get me to join them, because they know that they cannot beat me. They know that they will not be able to stop me in no way, shape, or form, simply because I got that man upstairs on my side. Hence the reason as to why I have no fear when it comes to speaking on this. Period. There's no weapon formed against me that shall prosper at all, in no way, shape, or form. Period. And so I know that I have that power within me to change people's perceptions, to bring things into their awareness, to actually make a difference within this world. And that's what they are scared of. That's why they are afraid. That's why they have been coming for me and coming after me. And I say that simply because the fact of the matter is after I turned them down and was like, nah, I'm good. I'm going to walk the path of light. I'm going to walk with God. Soon after that, my court case came up for me to, go to court pertaining to my daughter, for me to, my custody case. Of course, they had a hand in me losing that battle. Not once, but twice. Of course, they had a hand in that. I was distraught, but I've healed past that, because now I've awakened to understanding that, you know what, this is bigger than me, which is all the more reason as to why I am going to continue doing what it is that I have set out to do. I will not stop. I will not break. I will not bend. I will not fold, because at the end of the day, I know that this will be beneficial to everyone that chooses to want to see a change and make a difference within this world. Simple as that. That's why I'm doing this. That's why I'm going to continue to do this, because this is a must. Simple as that. Simple as that. And they know that me doing so, the impact, the influence that I have, they know that I can tilt the scales to honestly balance them out, to alleviate us from this power struggle.